Around, got the whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
Hello mates. Today we are going to see FarCry-5 gameplay on AMD RADEON R5 M430. Subscribe to Tech Strike below if you love my video. Let's start the game and see how well this GPU can handle this game. The video lagged in between. I am sorry about that, but the lag was only in the video, not in the game. Now let's speak about this game. Similar to its predecessors, FarCry-5 is an action-adventure first-person shooter set in an open-world environment which the player can explore freely on foot or via various vehicles. Unlike previous titles in the series where the player takes on the role of a set character, the game gives the player the opportunity to customize their character's appearance. The player has a variety of ranged and explosive weapons to fight against enemies, with the game placing a renewed emphasis on close-quarters combat compared to previous Far Cry titles by introducing a wider range of melee weapons. In addition, Far Cry 5 features a new weapons ballistics system that includes elements like a bullet dropping over a distance to make it more realistic. Creative director Dan Hay described the design of the open world as being modeled on the outposts from previous titles in the Far Cry series. These outposts represented a small section of the map occupied by enemy forces, and the player was tasked with liberating them by killing or neutralizing the enemy presence. The outposts were designed with multiple approaches for the player to take, and it was this element that the development team tried to recreate in the wider game world of Far Cry 5. The player is dropped into the game world with little context, direction, or objective markers, and is instead required to navigate the world on their own. Hay expressed a desire to create what he termed the Anecdote Factory, a game where two players could venture out from the same point in opposite directions and have completely different experiences that they would then share with one another anecdotally. To assist with this, most of the game world is accessible to the player after completing the game's introductory missions, and they are free to advance through these areas as they choose. By comparison, previous titles in the series gradually opened up the game world to the player with story missions guiding their progress through open areas. The game world responds to the player's actions. For example, civilians will move back into an area once the player has eliminated cult influence and may provide additional support or make other civilians more sympathetic to the player character's cause. The game is set in the fictional Hope County, Montana, where a preacher named Joseph Seed, portrayed by Greg Brick, has risen to prominence. Seed believes that he has been chosen by God to protect the people of Hope County from an inevitable collapse, and has established a congregation called the Project at Eden's Gate. Ostensibly, this is to fulfill his mission of leading the people to salvation. In reality, Seed is a radical preacher and Eden's Gate is a militaristic doomsday cult. Under his rule, Eden's Gate has used both coercion and violence to forcibly convert the residents of Hope County, and intimidation to keep them from contacting the outside world for help. Seed has assumed the title of the Father and maintains control over Hope County with the aid of the heralds, Jacob, the soldier, Mark Pellegrino, a former military officer, and Joseph's older brother who oversees the training and deployment of the cult's armed soldiers, John, the Baptist, Seamus Dever, Joseph's younger brother, and a lawyer who has been able to acquire much of the land in Hope County for Eden's Gate, who leads the forcible conversion of residents, and Faith, the siren. Genesaw Grant, an early member of the cult who rose up and acts as a pacifist to bring the people to trust in Joseph, but runs forced labor camps for residents who resist the cult. The player takes on the role of a rookie sheriff's deputy referred to as the Deputy, who is part of a task force sent to arrest Seed. The residents of Hope County opposed to Seed include a cast of characters who join the fight with motives ranging from altruism to revenge, profit, and boredom. Finally, thanks for watching. Please like and share. See you guys in the next video.